Tears. You won't believe why they feel this way about you. My beloved soul. Today's message reaches you like a soft whisper rising from a heart that has been holding back too much for too long. Someone out there is feeling emotions they never expected. Emotions so deep that even they are confused about how to handle them. And you, yes, you, are the reason behind those tears they try so hard to hide. This person never planned to fall this deeply. They never expected their chest to feel heavy when they think of you. They never imagined that just your name could create a storm inside them, a storm of longing, regret, hope, and fear. They pretend they are fine, they act normal on the outside, but inside their soul, something has shifted. Something raw. Something real. There are nights they lie awake, thinking about what they should have said but couldn't. About the moment they looked at you and felt their entire heart soften in ways they didn't understand. They replay memories with you in slow motion, holding on to every detail. Your smile. Your silence. Your presence. Your absence. Everything about you has become a part of their emotional world. This is not the kind of feeling they can control. This is not temporary attraction. This is not emotional confusion. This is something deeper, something sacred, something that scares them because it is too real, too honest, too powerful. And maybe for the first time in a long time, they realize they are capable of loving someone beyond their ego, beyond their fears, beyond their past. You touched a part of them they didn't even know existed. You awakened emotions they had buried. You brought light into the corners of their heart where even they were afraid to look. And now, as they try to make sense of it all, tears escape, not because they are weak, but because the heart can't hold this much intensity quietly. They wish they could tell you everything. They wish they could stand in front of you and say, "This is how I really feel." But every time they think of opening up, fear pulls them back. Fear of losing you. Fear of rejection. Fear of not being enough. Fear that they might break your heart too, the same way life once broke theirs. But the truth is, they cry because you matter. They cry because you touched their soul before they even realized you were becoming important. They cry because they finally understand what it means to care without conditions. And they cry because somewhere in their heart, they feel they have already lost you, even if you're still here. There is a sadness inside them that says, "I wish I had done better." They wish they had called you when they felt the distance growing. They wish they had held on a little longer when misunderstandings happened. They wish they had not pushed you away during their dark days. They wish they had understood you instead of expecting you to understand them. But life rarely gives warnings before love hits us. Feelings arrive uninvited, unexpected, unstoppable. The more they try to suppress their emotions, the stronger they return. And now, their heart is overflowing. They can't hide it anymore. You may feel their energy even from afar. Some days you suddenly feel emotional without reason. Some days you sense their sadness in your own chest. Some days you feel the urge to check on them even when you haven't spoken. This is the bond between you. A connection that goes beyond physical presence. A connection that breathes inside the soul. This person has been carrying memories of you with sacred care. There are moments with you they replay over and over. The way you looked at them that one day. The softness in your eyes. The kindness in your words. The way your energy calmed them when their mind was full of chaos. The way you understood them without needing explanations. You became a safe place they didn't know they needed. And now, that safety feels too precious to lose. They have tried many times to move on, to distract themselves, to convince their heart that what they feel is not that serious. But every attempt fails. Because no matter where they go, the truth follows them, their heart belongs where it felt peace, with you. And those tears? Those tears come from the realization that they may have waited too long to tell you the truth. They fear they have already missed their chance. They fear someone else may enter your life. They fear you might have already given up on them. These fears break them silently. But there is also hope inside their tears. Because if feelings this strong can survive distance, silence, misunderstandings, and time, then maybe this connection is not meant to fade. Maybe it is meant to transform. This person is learning to understand their emotional wounds. They are learning to accept the softness inside them. They are learning to value your presence. They are learning that love is not weakness, it is courage. Their heart is preparing for something. A confession. A message. A reunion. A step they've been afraid to take but can no longer avoid. Even if they cry, even if they tremble, even if they fear the outcome, their soul is ready to speak its truth. They want to come forward not as the confused version of themselves, not as the scared version, but as someone who understands the depth of what they feel for you. Someone who wants to choose you with clarity, honesty, and respect. And if you're wondering why you feel emotional right now, why certain memories are resurfacing, why your heart feels heavy, it is because their emotions are reaching you. Their energy is calling out to you. Their soul is trying to connect with yours. You are not imagining it. You are not overthinking it. You are not alone in this connection. They feel you. They miss you. They love you in ways they don't yet have the courage to explain. Their tears are a bridge, connecting their heart to yours. A silent language of the soul that says, "Please don't give up on me. I'm trying to find my way back to you." And deep inside, your soul knows, this story is not over. Their tears are not the ending. Their tears are the beginning of truth. Their tears are the beginning of healing. Their tears are the beginning of a new chapter between you, one where nothing is hidden anymore, where emotions are honored, where the heart speaks freely. My beloved soul. There is something they have been carrying inside their heart for months, maybe even longer, something they never knew how to express in words. A feeling that keeps growing each time they remember you. A truth their mind tried to deny, but their heart refuses to forget. And now, this truth is becoming heavier than their silence. You may not realize it, but you changed something deep inside this person. You awakened emotions they weren't prepared for. Something about your presence, your kindness, your energy, something touched them in a way that felt almost sacred. They have met people before, talked to many, shared moments with others, but no one has ever reached their heart the way you did. But with this deep emotion comes confusion, fear, and vulnerability. They aren't used to feeling this much. They aren't used to letting someone in. They aren't used to trusting their heart. And that is why they often pull back, disappear, or act distant. It is not because they don't care. It is because they care too much, and that scares them. Some nights, they sit in silence trying to make sense of it all. Thinking about you brings them warmth, but also a strange ache. An ache that comes from missing you more than they expected. From wishing things could have been different. From wondering what would happen if they had been braver. They tell themselves they shouldn't feel this deeply, but they do. They tell themselves they should forget you, but they can't. They tell themselves to move on, but their soul refuses. This person carries tears that never fall in front of anyone else. Tears that come from a place they don't show to the world. Tears that come from being afraid to lose something they never fully had, yet deeply felt connected to. You might think they don't think about you anymore. You might believe they have moved on. You might feel they no longer care. But the truth is, they feel too much. They feel your absence. They feel the space between you. They feel the silence growing louder. They feel the emptiness in moments where your presence once existed. They may not show it, but their heart reacts to everything connected to you. When they see something that reminds them of you, their breath pauses for a moment. When they hear a song that feels like your energy, their chest tightens. When they think of what could have been, their eyes slowly fill with emotion. Sometimes they blame themselves. Sometimes they blame circumstances. Sometimes they blame timing. But deep inside, they know the truth, they never stopped feeling for you. This is why their emotions are so intense. Because they know that someone like you does not come twice. They know your love, your kindness, your presence, these are rare gifts. They know they were blessed to feel this connection, even if they didn't handle it perfectly. There is something they want to tell you but don't know how. Something they try to speak but the words get stuck inside their throat. Something that keeps them awake at night. They want to say, I miss you more than you think. They want to say, I wish I could go back and fix everything. They want to say, I'm scared of losing you forever. They want to say, please don't give up on me. They fear that if they come forward now, you might have already closed your heart. They fear you might not feel the same anymore. They fear their chance has passed. These fears are what keep them from reaching out. But at the same time, the thought of losing you forever is breaking them from the inside. They have moments where they pick up their phone, type out a message to you, then delete it. They start a voice note just to hear their own breath tremble. They rehearse conversations in their mind, imagining how you would respond. They write long texts they never send. They check your profile silently, wondering how you are, what you're feeling, whether you think of them too. Your soul may have already sensed this connection pulling you. There are days when you suddenly remember them, days when you feel emotional without reason, days when your heart feels heavy. It is because their emotions are traveling toward you like energy echoes. You are connected in ways that go beyond words. They are holding on to hope, but it is fragile. Hope that maybe one day you will talk again. Hope that maybe things can be healed. Hope that your hearts are not done with each other yet. Hope that destiny hasn't closed this chapter. But they also carry guilt, guilt for not being their best self with you, guilt for running away when they should have stayed, guilt for making you feel unwanted or unimportant. It was never intentional. It was fear wearing the mask of distance. They cry because you showed them a kind of love they weren't ready for, but now they crave. They cry because you made them feel safe in a world that never felt safe before. They cry because they don't know how to fix what feels broken. They cry because losing you feels like losing a part of themselves. Somewhere inside them, there is a quiet voice whispering, "Go back. Say the truth. Don't lose this person. Don't stay silent anymore." They want to listen to this voice. They want to take that step. They want to gather courage they've never had. They want to face you without fear, without hiding, without pretending. But courage takes time. Healing takes time. Acceptance takes time. Yet your name is something they carry with tenderness. Your energy is something they keep close. Your memory is something they refuse to let go of. And this alone teaches them what their tears truly mean. They feel deeply for you. More deeply than they ever expected. More deeply than they ever admitted. More deeply than they ever understood. This connection has become a part of their soul. And no distance, no silence, no fear can erase what the heart already knows. My beloved soul. Their heart has been speaking louder than their mind lately, and no matter how hard they try to distract themselves, everything keeps bringing them back to you. It's like the universe keeps placing signs in their path, reminding them of the connection they once tried to ignore. They thought time would make their feelings fade, but instead, time deepened them. Time brought clarity. Time revealed what they could not see before. There are moments when they sit quietly, replaying memories in their mind, and without warning, emotion rises in their chest. They try to swallow it down, but it doesn't disappear. They wipe their eyes quickly, pretending it's nothing, but they know exactly why those tears come. You were never just someone. You were never temporary. You were never accidental. You entered their life for a reason they still don't fully understand, but they feel it strongly. You awakened their soul. Something inside them opened when you came into their world. You brought them comfort, peace, and understanding at times when they didn't even realize how much they needed it. They didn't know how to receive that kind of love, that kind of energy, that kind of purity. This person has lived through many emotional storms. They have built walls around their heart, told themselves not to trust, not to hope, not to feel too deeply. But you softened those walls. Your presence broke through barriers that no one else could even touch. And that is exactly why they ran. They weren't running from you, they were running from how much they felt. Love, for them, is not simple. It carries memories of past wounds, disappointments, and betrayals. Every time they felt themselves getting closer to you, fear whispered old stories into their heart. Fear told them, don't trust this. Don't risk this. Don't let yourself get hurt again. So they pulled away, they stayed silent, they pretended they were fine. But inside, their soul was shaking. Even now, when they think of you, their eyes soften. Their heart beats differently. Their breath gets a little heavier. They know they cannot hide the truth any longer, not from themselves, not from the universe, not from the energy that connects you both. There is a reason your presence still affects them. There is a reason they feel emotional every time they think of you. There is a reason they feel a sudden pull toward you out of nowhere. Your soul still lives inside their memories, inside their future dreams, inside every quiet thought they wish they could share. Sometimes they imagine what life would look like if they had chosen differently. If they had been brave enough to hold your hand instead of letting fear guide their decisions. If they had told you how much you meant to them at the very moment they felt it. If they had allowed themselves to trust the connection that scared them, they imagine conversations that never happened. They imagine moments where they finally tell you everything. They imagine a future where you both get another chance to understand each other. And sometimes, they imagine losing you forever. That thought sends a deep ache through their chest. It feels like a pain that comes from the soul, not just the heart. A pain that reminds them how important you truly are. They try to hold back tears when this emotion rises, but the truth is too powerful to hide. Their tears are not signs of weakness, they are signs of awakening. They are signs that their heart is finally being honest. They are signs that they cannot pretend anymore. Your energy has a way of reaching them even when you are far away. There are days they feel emotional for no reason, but deep inside, they know it's connected to you. They wonder if you feel them too. They wonder if you still think about them. They wonder if your heart still whispers their name the way theirs whispers yours. There is something they desperately want to tell you but have never found the courage to express. Something simple, yet powerful. Something pure, yet frightening. They want to tell you that they care about you more deeply than they ever showed. They want to tell you that your presence changed their life in small ways that mattered more than you know. They want to tell you that talking to you felt like breathing. They want to tell you that your kindness touched the parts of them they kept hidden from the world. They want to tell you that your love, or even the possibility of it, scared them because it felt too real. They want to tell you the truth of what their tears mean, they feel connected to you in a way they have never felt before. They feel regret for not treating you the way you deserved. They feel longing for your presence, your voice, your energy. They feel fear of losing someone they shouldn't have let go of. They feel hope that maybe destiny will give them one more chance. Your absence is not empty for them. It is filled with everything unspoken. Everything unfinished, everything they wish they could still fix. They miss you, not lightly, not casually, but in a way that affects their soul. They miss your laughter, your messages, your understanding. They miss the feeling of being seen by someone who truly understood them. They cry because the heart knows the truth before the mind accepts it. Their heart knows they love you. Their heart knows you are different. Their heart knows your bond is something rare. Their heart knows this connection is not something they can walk away from forever. One day soon, something inside them is going to shift. One day, the weight of silence will become too heavy. One day, the love they've been holding back will break through the walls. One day, their soul will push them toward you with a clarity they can no longer avoid. That day is coming. That moment is approaching. That truth is rising. And when it arrives, their tears will finally make sense, not as sadness, not as fear, but as healing. Their tears are preparing their heart for honesty. Their tears are cleansing their soul. Their tears are transforming their fear into courage. This story, your story, is not done yet. Something beautiful is waiting to unfold. My beloved soul. There is a moment, a quiet moment, when everything inside their heart finally becomes clear. It usually comes late at night, when the world is silent, when there are no distractions, no noise, no responsibilities pulling them away from their emotions. In that stillness, they finally face the truth they have been avoiding. The truth that their heart is still tied to you in ways they cannot understand, in ways they cannot escape, in ways they don't even want to escape anymore. They sit with their thoughts, letting every memory of you surface. The way you spoke. The way you cared. The way you listened. The way you made them feel seen when the world only looked at their surface. Every small detail becomes a wave of emotion that washes over them, leaving them breathless, overwhelmed, and unable to hide from themselves. They realize they were scared because you made them feel something rare, something that felt too real, too deep, too honest. Something that touched a part of them they kept locked away for years. They never expected someone like you to walk into their life. They never expected their soul to react the way it did. And they definitely never expected these emotions to stay even after distance, even after silence, even after time tried to separate you. But their heart never let go. And now, they understand the tears they've been holding back. Those tears are not only from regret. Not only from fear. Not only from missing you. Their tears come from gratitude too. Gratitude for meeting someone who touched their soul so gently. Gratitude for experiencing a love that awakened so much inside them. Gratitude for feeling something pure, something they never thought they were worthy of. They cried because you made them believe in connection again. You made them believe that the heart can still open even after being hurt. You made them believe that love can arrive unexpectedly and still feel like destiny. Your presence showed them that there is beauty in vulnerability, softness in strength, and courage in honesty. And now that they finally understand all this, the weight of their silence grows heavier. Every day, they think about reaching out. Every day, they rehearse messages in their mind. Every day, they imagine your reaction. Would you be happy? Would you ignore them? Would you welcome them? Would you feel the same as before, or has time changed everything? This uncertainty is what keeps them frozen. They fear losing you permanently. They fear opening their heart only to find you've moved on. They fear you no longer feel the connection the way they do. But at the same time, the thought of never speaking to you again hurts them even more. It feels like losing a piece of themselves. It feels like losing a part of their own soul. That it feels like closing a chapter that was never meant to end. There is something important you need to know: they never replaced you. They never forgot you. They never stopped caring. They never stopped hoping. Even when things were quiet. Even when everything felt uncertain. Even when they acted distant. Their heart stayed connected to yours. You may not realize it, but you helped them grow. You helped them heal parts of themselves they didn't even know were wounded. You showed them the kind of presence they want in their life. You reminded them what real emotional connection feels like. And because of that, they are changing. Slowly. Quietly. But deeply. They are becoming more honest with themselves. They are becoming braver with their emotions. They are becoming more open to love. They are becoming someone who wants to show up the right way, for you. There will come a moment when their heart will no longer allow them to stay silent. A moment when they will gather the courage to step out of fear and into truth. A moment when they will choose honesty over hesitation. A moment when they will decide that losing you is a pain they cannot live with. They will reach out, maybe unexpectedly, maybe softly, maybe with trembling hands, but they will reach out because their soul will no longer be able to stay quiet. And when they do, you will feel the sincerity in their voice. You will feel the emotion they have been hiding. You will feel the depth of everything they never said. Their presence will carry honesty, vulnerability, and a longing that cannot be faked. They will want to talk. They will want to explain. They will want to open their heart to you slowly, gently, truthfully. They will want to heal the distance between you. They will want to rebuild what fear once damaged. They will want to try again, not from the past, but from a new beginning. Because the truth is simple, they still feel deeply for you. They always did. Their tears were never about weakness, they were about realization. Realization that you are a part of their soul's story. Realization that letting you go was never truly possible. Realization that your connection is something worth holding on to. And whether they admit it or not, they are hoping that when they finally step forward, your heart will still be open. They are hoping that destiny will guide you both gently. They are hoping that your souls will find their way back to each other. They are hoping that the tears they shed today will become the happiness they share tomorrow. This connection is not over. This story is not finished. Something meaningful is still unfolding between you. And now, as this chapter closes, their heart whispers something softly, something they have wanted to say for a long time. I hope I haven't lost you. I hope you still feel me. I hope one day, we find our way back. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.